Alright, so I'm assuming that's...
Xerxes is one step ahead of us. He's performed an override on the fluidics control computer and blocked us out. But keep an eye open. You might be able to find some workaround.
Yeah, I just got told what the workaround is, and I already don't remember it because it was ridiculously complicated, and it's going to take me like 4 more... 4 or 5... Okay, let's see.
Somebody's been tampering with the Xerxes unit. It secrets from the powers that be. Fluidics control computer. To activate it, install hardware override 45F DEX in the system's monitoring unit in command control. You can find 45M DEX in auxiliary storage 5 in the coolant tubes. Keycode 34760.
Okay, I have absolutely no idea where that is. So, yeah. We are back to wondering without any idea what the heck I'm doing again. Great. Thank you, game. You are being wonderful about directedness. And I still can't take this elevator, I assume, because this elevator requires power, and there's still no power. And power is still offline. We're running on auxiliary power. Which is not really a good position to be on when you're on a starship way away from home. Oh, there's a wrench here. Don't need another wrench. I'm going to I put my my hazard suit back on because we're going to probably be heading back into the hazmat area in a moment. Let's see, what do you have to sell?
Please make your
Oh, you have medical hypos. I could actually use some medical hypos. I still don't know how to use grenades. I assume that there's a way to do that. I'm not going to bother buying
Thank you for choosing value wrap.
armor-piercing rounds right now. I still have one, but I'm kind of a little low on ammo, and I'm not actually super high on nanites. And if I'm right about nanites being consumed by respawn, I would much rather have more nanites than anything else, because that means I'm more likely to survive. Okay, let's see. I guess I'm heading this way. And see whether or not we can find this place you described somewhere in this zone. But I honestly have no idea where I'm going at this point. The game has not been good about... Oh.
Do you have a rad hypo? I'm so sick.
Okay, another ghost. Ooh. Well, I'm wearing a rad resistant suit, and I'm wearing a rad and I'm carrying a bunch of rad hypos, so I hopefully will not die. Ooh, more those, some anti-personnel rounds for my thing, and a pistol. Pick up the pistol, unload it, because it's a Shoddy 3 pistol, which is, I believe, the same as the one I have. Yep, it's the same as the one I have. So let me grab that and reload my gun and put it in my gun instead of in my inventory, so it's not taking up space.
You must move faster. Your mind cannot conceive of the stakes we are dealing with. Keep your eyes open for utility storage 4. I've laid in some supplies there. The passcode is 59004. Got to get to Death.
The Many demands the termination of this exchange. We regret the inconvenience.
Okay. So apparently he can, like, eavesdrop or hack into our communications with Shodan. Good to know. I'm surprised he hasn't been doing that all the way along this route, because that would seem like a really logical thing for him to do, but then again, I'm not sure that logic really enters into his mind at this point. Yeah, shotguns getting really kind of sucky past a certain range. I guess they are video game shotguns, and that's kind of normal, but still. Man, you really don't get very many shots out of these things. Hey, another record limp.
Before, I couldn't get rid of those jarheads from the Rickenbacker. Now I can't find one for love or money. That creepy OSA guy followed me around for 2 months until he got the hint. Now I tried to contact him to see if he knew what was going on, but all of a sudden, he won't return my mail.
That's because he's dead, or an alien, like, thing.
Anatoly, you must open up the planet to the scientific staff of this vessel. If there is something down there, it's bigger than Triop, it's bigger than the UNN, and it's bigger than you. And why have you and Diego shut off Deck 3? What's going on?
Dun dun dun! Yeah, she's slowly learning what's going on. Okay, I'm assuming this is the place that... yeah, because Auxiliary Storage 5 was what our contact on the other end of our line told us about. Let's see. Nope, that's utility storage 4, apparently.
You must move faster. Your mind cannot conceive of the stakes.
Yeah,
we're
utility
dealing
storage
with.
4. Well, this is auxiliary
Keep your
storage
eyes open for
5.
utility storage 4. I've laid in some supplies there. The
Let's
passcode is
see.
5.
Fluidics backdoor. Was that in your security? Yeah, auxiliary storage 5. In the coolant cubes. Key code 34760. 34760. So apparently this is where we're going next. Lovely. Oh boy, and it's a room full of research stuff. And parts and stuff. And I have no idea what any of this is for. I'm just going to snag all of the research components that the game told me not to snag because I already have them all in my inventory and it'll just stack them for me. And there's no reason not to do that as far as I can see. Okay, so apparently... Oop. There we go.
Whose idea was it to bring
Now I have
150 chimpanzees
gone through all of the
aboard
logs, so it won't do that
Interesting
anymore. Let's see.
science?
No.
All right, calm down already. The access code to the conduit is 12451. I've got an autopsy at 16.
No, that's not it either.
But let's grab a beer on the recreation deck afterwards. Sound good?
Okay, what the heck happened there? I think that this thing just reorganized my thing, which sucks a lot. Nonsense, patience, Watson, coolant leaks, new code. Where the heck did the one about the where the heck did the fluid override one go? Is it just, where did, I don't, what, but, I don't, okay, apparent, I'm confused. What the heck happened to my, what? I don't know what, I just, my stuff is just not where it's supposed to be. The game seems to have just randomly dumped a bunch of stuff out of my records for no clear reason. Did I screw up somehow? I don't know what's going on here. This is weird and creepy and kind of frustrating. Oh, I hear a monkey. Yes, monkeys still snap me out of whatever is going on. I'm going to drop the proximity grenades because I still have no idea how to use those. I'm going to assume that these parts, while useful for something, are not things I need to pick up right now. Because I have no idea what they're good for. And there is some stuff in here. Oh, I can't... What can I... Nah. Well, let's reload this with anti-personnel bullets, I guess. Alright, so inside the coolant tube somewhere in here is the thing that we are looking for, apparently. According to Delacroix. So where the heck is the coolant tubes in here? Hidden inside the coolant tubes, apparently. Okay. Assuming that I didn't just imagine the entire message, because it's apparently not on my PDA thing anymore. Let me see here if I can find it again. Maintenance conduit, Watson autopsy, animal rights, strange AI, 100% torture, procedures, first contact, lifts are out, nonsense, patient Watson, rad hypos, damn chimps, chemical manifest, med-sci, more trouble, coolant leaks, all work no play, Xerxes, new code. Yeah, I don't see the thing that I picked up. Oh, apparently there's, okay, there we go. So these are separated by deck. Well, that's good to know. Fluidics backdoor. 45M/DEX. So I need 45M/DEX somewhere in here. 45M. There it is. Let me drop something from my inventory. Where can I drop? What can I drop? I may as well install that and drop the other one, because I don't really see any use to do that. So there we go, 45M/DEX.
I'm uploading some cybernetic modules. Find an upgrade unit as soon as you can and improve your rig.
Yeah, thanks. You know, she does that so often, you would think she could just do it as many times as she wants to, but I suppose that it's just her way of encouraging us to make sure we keep working at her goals instead of just wandering off and doing whatever we feel like. You? I guess that's one of the worms without a host. That would kind of make sense, I suppose. We've been told that they are existent as independent organisms. We just haven't seen it before.
This is Xerxes. The coolant tubes to all personnel. To avoid possible detention and execution, please respect the will of the many.
Okay. So this is engine core area. Ooh, an access denied hackable thingy. Let's see what this does. Ooh, gives me some ammo and some health.
The radiation must have locked the protective seals on engine core access. You're going to have to find some way to purge the radiation from the coolant tubes. Xerxes is blocking me out of the primary data loop, so I can't get any information to help you. Keep your eyes open. You must find a way to purge these coolant tubes and get into the engine core. The ship must have some kind of backup system in place for just this kind of situation.
And again, you'll notice that she doesn't reference it as being like she's been here all this time. She talks about it like she's only just recently arrived. Oh, there's auxiliary storage 4. This is the place that she mentioned having stowed stuff for us. So this is where I found the radiation resistance stuff. Which makes me wonder how she stowed anything here, but, you know, I'm not sure that she necessarily did so much as she's taking credit for someone else having put useful things here in order to make it look like she's actually helping us when she's doing very little to help us. That would not even remotely surprise me. That would be completely in keeping with what I would assume about her character based on what she's done and said so far in here. Basically that she's lying to us all throughout in order to keep us loyal and listening to her, and even though at this point it's pretty obvious that she does not have our best interests at heart, though she may actually be helping us for the purposes of her own best interests, which would certainly make sense to me as well. Stupid ladder grabbing me in the wrong position. You know, those grabby ladders are really kind of annoying if you get into them on the wrong way. They just sort of hold on to you and won't let you get off. Kind of irritating. Thankfully, at this point, I can actually repair my weapons a little bit, but I still need more repair tools to do that enough. But we now have the part we need, so we can go upstairs and install it, and hopefully continue on our way, which shouldn't take us too much longer to get somewhere. I really hope. Where's my... Aha. So how do I install it? This is the part she mentioned. So how do I install it? Where do I install it? Apparently I don't install it here. Alright, log file. What did you say about installing it in a location? Fluidics back door.
Somebody's been tampering with the Xerxes unit. In the interest of keeping secrets from the powers that be, I've installed a backdoor to the fluidics control computer. To activate it, install hardware override 45M DEX.
Oh, in the control center that I was in before.
Find 45M DEX.
Okay, I need to get back through here to that control room I was in before in order to install that in the control room area, I guess. If I'm understanding what her instructions were correctly. There's so many steps to going anywhere and doing anything on this ship. Is it any wonder why it went all wrong when the aliens showed up? It's like, they made everything so complicated that nobody could do anything about anything until it was too late. That's certainly the way it feels at this point. It definitely feels like they've made their ship way too complicated. It's got that sort of old game feel where you're just doing really weird things and they don't necessarily make much sense for the sake of the gameplay. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it's good gameplay. As a first-person shooter, the game's definitely quite good. But it is kind of strange. Okay, now somewhere in here, there should be a control system I can interact with, maybe? I'm not entirely sure where, though. Oh, there's a record thing I missed on the wall thing down there. Let's see. I am going to... I guess I couldn't take a point and modify and up my repair skill again. Yeah, let's do that. I'll take a point and modify and up my repair skill to a 2 instead of 1. And spend a point... I could boost my psi, but there isn't really much point in boosting psi right now because I don't have any psi skills. And as of right now, I'm not really planning to take any psi skills, even though I imagine they would be very useful. If only because they don't run out of ammo. What do you have to tell me?
My duty is to the UNN and to this ship.
I resist the call of the many? My father's weakness brought Shodan into existence. My weakness has invited these things aboard the Von Braun. Can I undo the wrong I have done?
Dun dun dun! I assume that was the, is that what I think where I think it come from? Yeah, that was Diego, who was the guy who the other person was talking about, I think, as, like, captain or something?
Uploading some
Ooh, more cyber nodules.
Find an upgrade unit as soon as you can and improve your rig.
Well, there's an upgrade unit right here, so I will do just that. What do I want to improve at this point? What would actually be useful to improve at this point is the question. I think I'm going to take this opportunity to bump my strength on a permanent basis, or my endurance on a permanent basis. One of these two. Right now, I don't really feel like I need that much more tech skills at the moment, although I will probably want them later. Which means I'll probably regret this at some point, but it seems like having more endurance would be more useful right now. Although, I'm not really having that many problems with dying from just taking too much damage unless I'm already really low on life, where endurance is kind of pointless. This is why having no regenerating health is kind of a problem, is because investing in endurance is kind of pointless unless you're going to be continually regenerating yourself to full health, because your maximum health doesn't really matter. What matters is what your current health is. I think I'm going to up hacking again, just in the interests of making sure that if I run into a hackable object that is high difficulty, I can actually hack it. I don't know that it'll pan out or be useful or anything, but that's what I'm going to go with. I'm not really positive where we're going from here. Well, okay, that's not true. I know exactly where we need to go from here, and then I assume we're going to get more instructions once we've done what we are supposed to do from here. So we are doing more backtracking. Yay, backtracking. Let me pull it. No, that's not loaded with the right kind of ammo either. Let me load you with some anti-robot ammo. Kill this robot with you. Yeah, because I have anti-personnel ammo in my pistol, which is about ready to break again, despite having just repaired it, like, twice. At least the pistol now only takes one shot to kill these guys. Unload you, drop you, unload, reload this. Aha! Ow. Take a bunch of damage because suicide enemies are jerks like that. Let me wait for my heal. I don't know if healing items carry over when you transfer areas. I would assume not, but, you know, it's hard to tell. So I'm just going to stand here a short time and let my health regenerate fully. And then we will keep going. Alright, looks like my health regen is as full as it's going to get, so let's just keep going. I do love the way that when you first warp in, all the doors are open and immediately close. That doesn't actually surprise me very much from a game design standpoint, but it is kind of hilarious from an in-setting standpoint. Haha! I hope that didn't break the elevator. If that jams the elevator, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to be coming back up here, probably.
Now get those engine pods online. You'll have to head into cell 1 and 2 and reset the pods manually. After that, reinitialize the system from core control. But that system won't come online until you reset both pods. Keep an eye out. They're mobilizing their real forces. And they know exactly where you are.
Oh boy. Okay, so we're heading backwards to the pod area, I guess. I still can't use that because the main tower is still offline. So we are backtracking some more! Yay! Man, this game really makes you go back and forth through the same areas a lot. I guess that is sort of a symptom of the era when the game was built. It had to be built with as much efficiency as possible. Let me save again. Give me a second here, folks. I need to go and check something real quick. And we're back. Sorry about that. I had to go and check and see how long I had been recording for, because I don't have an easy way to deal with that when I'm in-game, and I can only record for about 40 to 60 minutes at a time due to my limited storage space at the moment. Eventually I plan to fix this, but right now I'm running on, you know, the computer I owned before I started doing this, which, you know, didn't have all that much spare space on it at the time. Which may have made this a really bad idea to start doing at this point, and maybe I should have waited until I got something with better storage space, but hey, you know, you make do with what you got sometimes. So I think this time we are just going to head to the entrance point to the nacelles and call it there. which is right down here. So, I think this is a good place to break, and next time we can hopefully handle the cells and dealing with turning the power back on. So, I've been Ilushia. Thank you for joining me. This has been awesome. I've had a lot more fun with it this time than I did last session, as I've died, failed, and such like a lot less horribly. So, I'll see you guys next time.